Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Ask him.
Sorry, my son thinks you're Santa Claus.
I am.
Sure is a lovely day for a parade, Chris.
Beautiful way to begin the season.
Do you want to sit down somewhere and watch this long parade?
I don't mind standing or go sit on the curb over there with those.
Best place to watch from. It ain't near a country, but children's garden.
You know, I saw a six-pack in the dumpster on 30th Street. You might want to pick it up.
Oh, thank you. I'll get it after the parade. My dear woman, what are these fish and garbage cans? What's repulse stuff? Because I find wonderful things in them. I can get money from this bottle. Every little bit helps. And I'm doing my Christmas shopping. Christmas shopping? You'd be surprised to see what Christmas is like. I do my shopping from the privacy of my living room. The Home Shopping Club on Channel X. I just telephone my order and use my credit card. I can't be bothered plowing through all those crowds in the stores. You ought to be bothered a little. Besides, my shopping costs a lot less than yours. It is appreciated just as much. Time and thought. That's what you do.
I like your spirit. A real Christmas spirit is always a joy.
You know, Christmas is always big bucks for the department stores. It's the season that you catch up on all the losses they have while you're home.
Christmas is more than big bucks, Doctor. Christmas is that time of year that should be devoted to those things you so stubbornly avoid the rest of the year, like peace, goodwill, and helping others. What do you think, Christmas, Doctor?
I don't think Santa can get me what I want for Christmas.
Try it.
Well, if you say so. The medical facility is a Maplewood Home could really use an X-ray machine. It would be helpful in so many situations, but it's very expensive.
You shall have it, Doctor.
Chris, when I get that X-ray machine, then I'll know you're really Santa Claus.
Just check your stocking on Christmas morning.
Chris, you know, we've never really discussed your having to leave Maplewood. I want you to know how sorry I am. I did everything I could, but the board overruled me. They just won't allow us to keep anyone they feel mentally unsound.
I passed all the tests, didn't I?
I know you did, and I've argued for you all along, but I just can't justify what they call paranoid thinking, even if you aren't harmful to yourself or others, because I can't do it earlier.
You mean because I'm Santa Claus?
Because you say you're Santa Claus.
It happens to be true.
But the board doesn't believe in Santa Claus, so you're out.
Well, what's next?
Maplewood has an agreement with the Mount Hope Sanitarium.
The rubber room.
For a public hospital, Mount Hope is a comfortable and charming place, Chris. There's TV, entertainment. Do you even have money?
I've got $53.
That's not going to get you very far, Chris. You're not a young man anymore. It's not going to be easy for you to earn a living. If you can't take care of yourself, you'll become a ward of the state and be sent to Mount Hope, England. Why not a boy, the whole disagreeable experience of living on the street?
There's nothing wrong with me. I'll be hanged if I'm going to go to the funny farm.
What choice do you have?
The zookeeper at the Central Park Zoo is a friend of mine. Maybe I'll stay with him. The reindeer don't doubt my scent.
Oh, Chris, please.
Well, Doris, after 5 years, I'd say you have this parade because it's working pretty well, don't you think?
Just as long as Mr. Macy's happy. Yes, Susan. He fixed his eyes so they roll, which makes him look more alive.
Hello, Doris. Hi, Susan. You watch your mother, Susan. You'll be able to handle this parade yourself by the time you're 10.
Don't you believe
They're just
Allow me, sir. You see, it's all of this.
Never works. Letting you oil it just a little bit.
You should be ashamed of yourself. And in front of the children, you're a disgrace to the uniform. Where's your Christmas spirit?
Right. Gotta keep it warm. Warm. And here's our Santa Claus over here, Doris. Oh my God, what are we gonna do now?
How did we manage to get him? Shall I see if you get into the sleigh? How? Get somebody to help you shove. Tie him in if you have to.
Oh, I think I'm gonna sleigh sick.
He's not his twinkling self, that's for sure.
Santa, please wake up. That's not really Santa. He was from Mother at Macy's. You want to see real Santa? Bring them those on every street corner in the city. Those are real Santa. Who wants to see Santa himself? I suppose you believe in Easter Bunny too, huh?
You know, Chris, this looks like a golden opportunity to solve both your problems. You could help spread the Christmas cheer and pay rent at the same time.
Thank you, Kevin.
You have to ask them. Look at this. How can we sit and watch? Don't you know these children will be so disappointed if there's no Santa Claus?
You surprised me, Doctor. Is that genuine Christmas spirit? Or are you pretending?
No, I just thought about what you said. Giving and sharing. Even if you aren't the real Santa Claus, you can make those children believe you are.
That's Christmas spirit. Excuse me. May I be of help?
I don't believe it. It's Santa Claus.
My pleasure, ma'am.
Shelley, it's a gift from, of course, from Santa Claus. Sir, you see what our problem is here. Would you mind filling in for us and playing Santa in this parade?
I'm not in the habit of substituting for intoxicated imposters. Since the role fits me so well. Which way did they register?
Shelley, get the children suit over the sleigh.
You bet. Right this way, sir. And I'll get rid of this.
Hello, Doris.
Oh, hi, Fred. Susan is over there talking to the elves. Can you get her and take her somewhere? There is so much going on, and I do not have time to deal with the crazy ideas of put in her head.
Don't worry. I overheard the conversation. It was just about the North Pole.
That's just what I mean. North Pole? North Pole! appreciate all your help, and I'm very glad that you two get along so well. But we've been neighbors long enough for you to know I have definite ideas about looking for my free evolutions. I've told you before, I will not have to believe in fairy tales, Mr. Bailey.
Well, I didn't, why not, Miss Walker?
All right, Fred. I'm sorry to be so irritable. I just feel it's more important for her to understand reality. As a lawyer, I should think you would support that.
Well, I didn't realize you were raising a 7-year-old lawyer.
This is the fairy tale world we live in, Fred. Show no expecting that Prince Charming will come along and help.
Are we talking about Susan or about you? Look, Doris, I'm sorry. I'm sure your divorce was very painful, but you can't stay bitter about it forever. Not all men will let a woman down, and I don't think Susan is going to be any happier growing up to think so.
I was devastated. Thank you for all your help. Please let me be Susan's parent.
That was pathetic, dear mother. Let's pass them back to the bit.
Don't worry, Doris. Nobody's going to make this kid's mind up for her.
Welcome aboard. I'm Michelle Hammer. It's my responsibility to train the new members of Macy's family of employees. Now here's a list of toys we want you to push, Mr.
Chris Green.
Oh, really? That's clever.
The name's been in my family for generations now.
Okay. Anyways, we're stuck on these toys. So if a child asks for something we don't have, you should say something like, well, you might not like that. How would you like a Raggedy Ann? Understand?
Why not just give the children what they want?
Because it's Christmas, and people will buy just about anything for the kids at Christmas. And you can change their mind because they think you're really Santa Claus. See? So it's a good time to push out all that surplus inventory.
I see. The real economic spirit.
Yes. And a Santa who moves merchandise gets a little something extra in his Christmas stocking. Now we mustn't keep the shoppers. Oh, I mean the children waiting.
Hello, Sharon.
How do you know my name?
Because I'm Santa Claus. And what are you looking for?
I'm a big white one.
You've been a good girl this year. That can be arranged. You shall have.
Thanks a lot, Santa. Do I look like I'm made of money? You should ask her if there is something else she'd like. Your store wants $125 for a watch like that. I've checked.
Can you afford $55.95?
Sure.
Try Consumers Out over on 32nd Street.
I can't believe it. Macy's Santa Claus sending me to another store?
It's not about whether Consumers or Macy's has the toy to sell. It's about making the child happy.
This is wonderful. That is really good to hear.
And what do you want for Christmas?
I want a bucket. The kind that has real hoses. So it's real water. And a box must put it in the house.
You made that promise last year about the water gun, right? I tell you what. You promised not to shoot it in the house?
I promise.
I'll take you at your word.
Why did you tell her that? I have been all over town and everyone is sold out.
Bloomingdale's just got in a new ship. 4th floor, second aisle on the left, and they're $18.50. A marvelous bargain.
Bloomingdale's, huh?
Thank you for shopping at Macy's.
Actually, we're on our way to Bloomingdale's. Your Santa recommended it.
He what?
And let me just tell you, I think it's wonderful. That is the true meaning of
Very pretty young lady. What is your name? Sandy. Pretty name. Do you know Jingle Bells? Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Santa bring you some pretty doll. You shall have it.
Thank you very much.
And how are you today?
Matt,
Tell me about that.
you guys have gone to the fight. You told me to tell you, right? It was like girlfriend couldn't get off it.
Well, kids like to tease each other, don't they? Listen, the next time somebody's teasing you, it's because they feel bad inside. Things will get better. I swear to you, things will get better. Now, what do you want
A telephone.
from me? Things are going to get better right away.
Okay, Susan, it's your turn.
Do I have to?
Well, try it anyway, for the sake of Macy's.
You know, of course, that this is ridiculous.
Susan, why don't you believe in Santa Claus?
How did you know that?
I know lots of stuff. So what do you want?
Nothing. Whatever I want, my mother will get for me. Provided it isn't too expensive. I know you're just a man my mother hired to search for Santa Claus. But, I must admit, there's no mother who knows. I can't even see the stuff when I get here. It looks real.
Because it is real. And so am I.
Well, it's nice talking to you anyway, but I hope you forget to take all these children like good bringing.
Maybe they will if they don't this year. So will you.
I'm sorry. She's a tough sell. Thanks for trying anyway.
Oh, thank you for bringing her to me. I really enjoy working on the subject.
It's really sad to see so much cynicism in someone as young as Susan.
Yes, what she needs is an infusion of imagination. Maybe that's something you and I can work on.
Mother, something funny happened. There was a deaf girl of mine who couldn't speak, and the Santa spoke to her by signing, and they sang a little song together.
Susan, lots of people speak foreign languages. They speak French that doesn't make it in the bar. He's the only man I hired this morning. Even if there really were a Santa Claus, I doubt he'd be working out of this. Now, I'd like you to keep the seat right over here while I speak to Fred a minute. Fred, do you mind stepping this way? I just received Santa's employment record from the personnel department. Perhaps you'd like to read it.
Name, Chris Kringle. Age, as young as my tongue and a little older than my teeth. Birthplace, North Pole. Next of kin, Donner, Dasher, Prancer, Dancer, Blitzen, Comet.
Does that convince you? I think you better take Susan home now, if you don't mind. Apparently, I have a job to do.
He still just seems like a nice old man. All right, I stand corrected. Come on, Susan. Your mother has Christmas to manage.
Doris, that new Santa Claus is completely unacceptable. He refuses to push back our stock, and you are not going to believe this. He's sending our customers to other stores. I'm not kidding. You have got to do something.
What a coincidence. I've done always do just that. Mr. Pickle, we've had a busy day. Has it been difficult for you?
Getting accustomed to a new setting is very trying, but I have enjoyed the children.
Perhaps you've been trying a little too hard?
Oh, what do you mean, Miss Walton?
It seems you haven't been following Michelle from the construction.
The surplus toys, yes. I decided against that.
Oh, you did?
It's dishonest. Why should the children pay for Macy's mistakes?
That isn't your decision to make, Mr. Pringle. And speaking of dishonesty, how do you explain this personnel form?
It's not dishonest.
But the things that you get down on this form, we take our work seriously, and Mr. Pringle, we're not playing games. If you want to pay you have accurate information down on your personnel form.
It happens to be true. See, I verified it, I signed it right here at the bottom.
So then, you actually think you're Santa Claus?
No,
Oh, bless your reason.
I know it for a fact.
Well, you are welcome to whatever solution you choose to live with, Mr. Pringle, but we cannot have Santa who refer to our customers to other stores. You can pick up your final paycheck at the personnel department and sorry to look at.
Seems a bit ironic to me, Miss Walker, that you're firing Santa Claus for being Santa Claus. I was just trying to use the children.
Macy's is a business, Mr. Pringle, and we have to compete with other stores. I don't want to argue. I'll authorize a week's severance pay for you, Mr. Pringle. Now, Merry Christmas and goodbye.
Merry Christmas to you, Miss Walker. And don't worry, I won't remember this on Christmas Eve.
Doris, Mr. Macy.
I'm perfectly capable of speaking for myself and children.
Is there a problem, Mr. Macy?
I will listen with great interest as you tell me who is responsible for our service and customers at other stores.
I can't take responsibility, Mr. Macy.
I instructed him to push our backlog stock, Mr. Macy, and he refused.
Well, then, who told him to go to Bloomingdale's for something that we didn't have?
You don't know, sir.
Ours has been filled with calls, letters, faxes,
I'm really sorry, Mr. Macy, but I'm taking care of it.
all messages of appreciation from my shoppers. This is the greatest goodwill advertising giving in years. It's positively revolutionary. I can see the title already. Macy's Santa recommends Bloomingdale's. The media will love it, and it will reap a harvest and goodwill and publicity.
I'm so glad you're pleased.
This is the best Santa we've ever had. Oh, and there will be an extra bonus in your stocking this year, ladies.
It must not be Tuesday after all. Am I still asleep and dreaming?
It's Armageddon. Huh? I just fired him.
You what?
You should see his personnel form. He's crazy. He thinks he really is Santa Claus.
Well, evidently so does Mr. Macy.
I don't know what we'll do now.
Do you think Mr. Macy's gonna fire us?
Maybe it's not too late. Sylvia, have the operator take this break, will you?
Miss Walker, where is Santa? The line is stretching all the way to the ladies' sportswear.
And what was that candy cane? She fired him! She fired him! And the Christmas rush! What about the children?
Mrs. Walker, as the shop steward of local L number 10, I must file a formal grievance against management's capricious disrespect of the Christmas spirit.
All right, we're trying to straighten that out right now.
Santa Claus, we are!
But we're straight that's all I need. Strike me down.
It's going to bring the suit back, Miss Walker.
Keep it up.
I'm afraid I was a bit hasty.
Oh?
I was mistaken about your policy of sending shoppers to other stores. As a matter of fact, Mr. Macy likes it.
Well, that's not reason enough for me to come back. Christmas is not about pushing toys. We're trying to make things go faster and be shinier so we can beat our competitors, and we're losing the spirit of giving from the heart. I won't contribute to that kind of commercial.
You won't come back?
Well,
Here we are in the middle of Christmas rush, and I lose the Santa who had worked a miracle, all because I didn't understand commercials. It really is more than a matter of profit, Mr. Pringle. Can't you see that Macy's needs you? I need you. And the children need you. Please.
Not to mention saving 2 wage slaves from being fired.
Well,
Would you stay if Thomas not to ask you to put your rubber stop? Just be the same that you want to be. Just be yourself.
now that I can do.
Masterful stroke, Mrs. Walker.
You wanted to see me, Mrs. Walker.
Oh, yes, Mr. Sawyer. As our vocational guidance counselor, I was hoping you could help with a particular situation that we have. We have a wonderful new saint in the toy department this year.
That's very admirable, Mrs. Walker.
Not exactly. You see, he seems to be all right in every way, even an extra white beard. But the thing is, he actually believes that he is Santa Claus.
Interesting.
I was hoping you could help the old fellow a bit.
So you mean to say he maintains his character outside the work environment? Distressing. This sounds like an abnormal case of classic psychology textbook. What others?
None that I know of.
Persistent delusion, paradox mind, very. Usually these are rooted in having emotional needs, unfulfilled childhood, so to compensate, the subject embodies the personification of affection and intuition. What is the subject's name?
Chris Ringle.
You've got to be kidding.
I wish that it were. But please don't alarm him. He's very valuable and very right now.
What would you like me to do?
Just show up and observe it, and then maybe arrange an interview. Keep it casual.
Don't worry. You never suspect that I suspect.
Are you Mrs. Walker?
Yes, how may I help you?
Dr. Pierce. I'm the resident physician at the Maplewood home where Chris Kringle used to live.
Oh, really? I think I'd like to speak with you.
I heard you hired Chris as Mason to Santa Claus. I'm really glad you can.
Who is he really, Dr. Pierce?
That's a good question. I've given it a lot of thought. Claims he's real Chris Kringle. If there really is a Santa Claus, it certainly fits the part.
You don't actually think he's Santa Claus, do you?
I didn't say that. I just merely implied from a purely philosophical point of view that he could be Santa Claus.
Well, do you believe that he is Santa Claus? Philosophically speaking, of course.
It's like a thought that goes round and round in your head, like it's red, it's snow white. If a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? Of course it does. Does it? If you were standing there, it'd be because the vibrations would bounce off your eardrums back. If there were no eardrums in the vicinity, should it still make a sound?
I've heard that argument, but it can never be proven.
Or disproven? You see, it's all in your perception. If nobody believed in Santa Claus, well, maybe he wouldn't exist. But millions of children all over the world believe in Santa Claus. Chris believes in Santa Claus.
He surely does.
You might say it's a case of I think, therefore I am.
You are speaking philosophically, obviously.
But when you live long enough and deal with the world long enough, you find that philosophically thinking is really the best way to understand things.
Unfortunately, we have to be realistic in the retail business.
I understand. But I must tell you, Chris is perfectly harmless. There are thousands of people leading quite charming lives under similar delusions.
You said delusions.
As I said, I've known Chris for years, and he is absolutely harmless. His delusion is positive. He just wants to help spread happiness, the little spirit of Christmas Day. I just worry about him. Why? Chris is an old man. I hate to think of him wandering the streets of New York without a home to go to. If someone could just keep an eye on him, after the store closes.
You mean he has no place to live?
He can't stay at the Maplewood home anymore. He's been discharged.
I'll see what I can do, Dr. Pierce. I appreciate your insight. I feel much more at ease than this one.
Thank you, Mr. Walker. I know you won't regret having Chris on your staff. Have a Merry Christmas.
Mr. Kringle, is it?
Yes, that's one of the names I'm called.
I'm Albert Sawyer, Macy's vocational guide.
How you do, sir?
That remains to be seen. Mr. Kringle, before the customers start coming in, I'd like to get it clear. Seeing as you are a new employee, store policy requires that I ask you some questions. Now, have you enjoyed your work here so far?
Well, I'd hardly call it work. To tell you the truth, I normally do this kind of thing for free.
I see. So do you normally participate in something around Christmas time?
I do my best.
Then how do you choose to deliver all of these gifts yourself?
Santa Claus has a lot of influence in making things happen.
And every night you go up to the North Pole to manufacture. Is that correct?
No, I live with my reindeer.
I beg your pardon.
The zookeeper is a friend of mine, and I'm staying temporarily at his house. I feed the 8 reindeer and make sure they're all right.
Okay. Well then, let's move on, shall we? I'm gonna ask you one something. Now, what is 3 times 5?
Don't you know?
I want you.
15, of course.
Good. Now I want you to.
I know. Extend your arms, alternating figures, and touching your nose each time. I also know this one. Have you got any tests that I haven't hit before?
Who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington, who would be vice president under Grover Cleveland.
I have no idea. Mr. Kringle, I'm conducting this interview if you don't mind. Now, are you married? How many fingers am I holding up?
3. And I see that you bite your nails. Do these interviews make you nervous, Mr. Sawyer?
That is none of your business. Now what is 3 times 5?
15, just like the first time I told you. Did you know that unconscious repetition is a sign of overwork and stress? Do you need a vacation, Mr. Sawyer?
That was all, Mr.
Why
Kringle.
don't you take 2 weeks vacation? I'll speak to Mr. Mason for you, okay?
Man! He is clearly suffering a persistent psychosis.
Who?
And that's Santa, that Chris Kringle.
Oh, come on, Sawyer. This doctor was here yesterday. He assured me that he was perfectly harmless.
Perfectly harmless. Cases like this often become violent when their delusions are provoked. If he becomes violent, I will take no responsibility for the consequences.
That's all right. I'll take responsibility, so you don't worry about it.
If I'm a psychologist around here, I believe my opinion should be respected. I'm going with Mrs. Walker. And if that man becomes insane and attacks someone, well, I will be the first one to say, I told you so.
Good heavens, what was that all about?
Sawyer did a psychological evaluation of our Santa Claus, and clearly they failed to learn. His opinion is that Chris would become violent.
That could be a disaster.
But I had an interview with Dr. Harris in the Maplewood home where Chris has been living. She said Chris is just a sweet old man who thinks he's Santa Claus and who would never hurt anybody. Do you believe the doctor? She said she has known Chris for a long time. Sawyer talked to him for 10 minutes. Why did the doctor seek you out? She seems very fond of Chris and is rather protective of him. She's happy that he has drug Santa Claus, but she's worried about the hours after the store closes. She wants me to watch out for him.
That is a splendid idea, and you're just the person to do it.
What are you saying? Not to have him stay with me. No way. I have enough responsibility when it comes to Susan, and at night I need to unwind.
All right, maybe we can help you out. We do have a spare bedroom. Chris can stay with us.
You're an old Shelley. I was hoping I could count on you.
Not so fast, Mrs. Walker. I have to talk to my husband first. It is his home too. I'll tell you what, you have Chris over for dinner, and that'll give me time to talk to Arthur. I'll explain to him that as part of our Christmas spirit, we should have this nice old man as a temporary house guest. I don't think I believe I'll tell him he believes he's Santa Claus.
Well, hard to think when he's introduced to Chris Kringle.
Oh, I'll have to think of a way around that one.
Okay, Shelley. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you later.
I thoroughly enjoyed dinner. That was marvelous. And your milk and cookies for dessert. That was an especially nice touch. This has been a wonderful evening. I just love spending it with you and Susan.
Mr. Kringle, can you speak to me in that language you spoke in the story the other day?
Sure.
I think Mr. Kringle is tired.
Not at all. Let me come over there and I'll do that for you.
Excuse me, I need to call Miss Shelton.
Susan, do you have any friends in the building?
Yes, but I don't see him very often. The games that they play are so childish. Today they were teaching animals. They asked me what animal I wanted to be, but I didn't want to be an animal. It's so dumb.
Why didn't you tell them you were a lion or a bear?
Because I'm not a lion. I'm a girl.
They weren't animals either. They were just pretending.
That's what makes the game so silly.
Do you know what imagination is?
Yes, that's when you see things that aren't really there.
It's more than that. Imagination is a country. Wonderful place to go to. It's just something very, very special. You've heard of nations like Russia, England, and Japan? Well, imagine nations. It's just like that. And the great thing is, when you get there, you can be anything you want to be.
Not anything.
Everything. You could fly to Mars and be back by dinner time.
Oh, that wouldn't be possible.
Or you could be in a Statue of Liberty in the morning and fly south with floppy geese in the afternoon. It's real easy to do. You want to try it?
I guess I could try.
So stand up. Let's do something really easy like okay? Just throw her wings out. Now you gotta flap them. You flap them hard enough, then you tilt, then you turn, and you go. Yeah, now you're flying. Now you're flying. Way to go.
I did it, Mr. Dingle.
Yes.
That was fun.
Now tell me, if you were to believe I was Santa Claus, what do you want for Christmas?
Can you bring big presents?
We're in the land of imagination, so size is no matter.
I want a real house for Mother and me. And a real father to live in with us.
Tall order.
Well, if you can really, if you can do it, then if you can't do it, then you're just a nice man with a white beard like Mother said.
Susan, not every wish can be granted. Sometimes people have to learn something. Sometimes people have to learn how to love, how to behave. Sometimes children wish for things that they can't possibly use, like a real locomotive, or a brother or a sister that, knowing that their parents can't possibly take care of them. Now, not every wish can be granted.
I wish for a father who wants for such a long time, Mr. Dingle.
And the more you wish for it, the more it will mean to you when it finally comes. If everybody got what they wanted right away, life wouldn't be half as much fun.
A father and a house is really all I want, not toys.
Hey there, Susan. That was my favorite girl. I'm Fred Gillen.
Chris Kringle, sir.
Yes, I know.
Mr. Kringle, I don't really free to stay tonight. For a minute.
So, you're looking for a place to stay?
Well, I'm staying at the zoo right now.
I've never met anybody who lives at the zoo before.
Well, the zoo's no place to stay. You can come stay with me. I've got an extra bed in my apartment. And I could use the company.
That would be very nice of you, Mr. Gailey. Susan, why don't you go tell your mother that we've already made an arrangement? I don't want her to worry about it.
Okay, Mr. Kringle, I like that idea. Mr. Fred is my friend, and he's right next door.
Good night, Susan.
I like the idea too, Mr. Gailey.
Well, call me Fred, please.
No problem, Fred. Living so close by will give me a better chance to work on her Christmas gift.
You know, I'm really fond of that little girl.
I can see that. But how about her mother?
Oh, well, I really like her, but I'm afraid she feels that being neighbors and Susan's babysitter, it's as close as she wants to get.
Have you ever asked her out?
Well, I've tried. But Doris won't socialize since her divorce. She just concentrates on Susan and her career.
Yes, an old and sad story, Chris. But we can do something about it.
Oh, yeah? Well, what do you suggest?
Everything else is very simple. First, you've got to keep showing your interest in her. And be aware of her feelings. Above all, you've got to have faith.
Oh, Chris, I've tried all that. It just hasn't done any good so far.
Don't worry, things will work out. I'll see to that.
Chris, Michelle has a place for you to stay tonight, and she's right at the store, so you can get to work easily. Is that okay? I can call you a cab and you can go right now.
I've already accepted Mr. Gailey's offer.
Mr. Gailey. I see.
If you don't mind, I'll just go to the zoo and collect my things, and I'll be back in a little while.
Hey, I can call you a cab.
Oh, don't worry. There'll be a cab waiting for me.
I should tell you about him, Fred. I don't suppose you realize he's been diagnosed with suffering from delusion. His doctor wants me to keep an eye on him. He cannot be left unsupervised for long periods of time.
Well, aside from the fact that I think he's quite capable of handling himself, he'll only be next door. Between the two of us, I think we should have the situation covered.
Well, that's not quite all.
Well,
The Santa Claus bit. I don't want Susan influenced. I thought I'd make that clear to you.
I understand your concerns, Doris, but I like Chris. Come on, why not try it out for a couple of days? And if the arrangement doesn't work, we'll find another place for him. In the meantime, I'll take responsibility for it. Trust me, Doris. Deal?
Well, okay.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds wait at the side, glorious streams from heaven afar, heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, lost your life, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord, thy birth. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth.
Chris come back here?
No, isn't he with you?
When he didn't show up, I went to go find him, and the man told me he'd already been there to get his things and left over an hour ago.
Oh heavens, Fred, something's happened to him.
It's all my fault. And after I told you, you could trust me.
I don't want to blame you.
I shouldn't have let him go get his things by himself.
The important thing now is to make sure that he's all right. I never forgive myself if something happened to him.
I'm surprised. I didn't think you liked Chris.
It's not a matter of life.
I was hoping that this was a sign that maybe what he stands for was getting to you.
No, but this is New York City, you know?
Well, come on. Who's going to mug Santa Claus?
I'm calling the police.
Look, Doris, if Chris can get here from the North Pole, then New York shouldn't be any problem for him.
I'm serious, Fred. If he was all right, he would have called by now. You must know that I'd be worried. Why? What's wrong, sweetheart?
I dreamed that Mr. Pringle went away, and there wasn't any more Christmas.
Oh,
Susan, you know that dreams aren't real.
if it was really a dream, Susan, Mr. Pringle will be fine. And we'll never lose Christmas as long as we have each other. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, around the young virgin mother and child. Holy night,
I don't know that I would have known without you tonight, Fred. I don't think I ever showed my appreciation for your friendship and the way that you represent you. Please forgive me for getting so upset with you.
Thank you. Thanks for opening up to me.
Sorry, I can come back at a more convenient time.
Chris, you're back!
Where were you?
I was singing Christmas carols with some friends.
Well, we were very worried.
I just came by to say goodnight.
I'm so relieved.
Maybe it was true. Mr. Pringle really did go away.
Yeah, but he came back because your mother cared about him.
That's a nice thought anyway. Everything's all right, Susan. Come now. I'll take you back to the bed.
Good night again, Susan.
It's been closer.
What do you mean? Doris was nearly crazy with worry.
Just the way
We were really trying to figure out where you were, Chris. What can you mean? You old fox, you did this on purpose. Well, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
not. Why don't you let me get out of here? Finish putting her words to rest.
Oh, here's the key. I'll be right next door. I'm really happy that you're staying with me, Chris, but I confess, I do have an ulterior motive.
What's that?
I am finally going to learn the answer to a question that has plagued mankind for generations.
Oh?
Does Santa Claus sleep with his whiskers inside or outside the covers?
I sleep with them outside.
Oh, you.
The cold air makes the whiskers crook. Good night.
Believe it or not, I'm glad he's staying with you. I felt better about having him safe in the year. I'm glad you're here too.
You too.
And now, a special Christmas delight, Macy's Elf Theater. And now, a special honor, Mr. Macy and Mr. Bloomingdale.
Welcome to our site. So happy we can work together in the spirit of Christmas.
Yes, I must admit, I was at first very jealous of the popularity of your Goodwill campaign. I thought you were stealing Christmas business from us. But then, someone reminded me that Goodwill isn't any organization's private property. So, we started our own Goodwill operation. And I must say, it has been most profitable for us.
That's right. Goodwill goes a lot farther with everybody in competition. Could you call for it, Mr. Goodwill? Mr. Kringle, we brought a very special experience called Macy's and Bloomingdale's this season. And it seems to have spread across the entire city of New York. Whatever your special gift, it is a recognition and appreciation. And in honor of your distinguished service, Macy's would like to give to you this token of our esteem and gratitude.
Very, very generous of you. This will go a long way toward making Christmas very special for someone who's been kind to me. It's going to buy an X-ray machine. An X-ray machine. Dr. Pierce says an X-ray machine can be very helpful in some situations at the Maplewood Home.
That's quite expensive.
Let me handle that for you. We'll get it for you wholesale.
I'll get it to you at cost.
Thank you. More than enough. Thank you.
Will you folks, and you too, Mr. Macy and Mr. Kringle, will you folks come over to Bloomingdale's and take more pictures in front of my store? And Mr. Kringle, since you have brought extra business to Bloomingdale's, there will be a bonus check for you there. That'll help pay for that expensive machine.
Thanks, me, Fred. I simply don't believe it. I never thought I would see Mr. Macy taking it to Mr. Bloomingdale.
I don't know how he does it.
Who?
Chris.
Maybe he gathered some stardust while he was sailing through the sky with his reindeer and sprinkled it on the light.
Well, Doris, your imagination is just coming to life.
Not really, Fred. I was only kidding.
Oh, no, you weren't. Don't be afraid to admit it. And, here, I have a little presentation of my own to make.
What is it? Oh, Fred, it's beautiful.
Here, let me. I went to Cartier to look at necklaces, and you know what they did? They sent me to Tiffany's. And then when I was at Tiffany's, the clerk said, "Have you seen the collection at Cartier?"
It's happening all over town. I never thought when I saw that Jolly Good Man parade that he was revolutionizing the entire merchandising business.
Let's celebrate. Let's have dinner together.
I would love to, Fred, but I have to work tonight.
Oh, yeah, well, can't you get out of it?
sorry, no. Unfortunately, it's been playing for weeks. Mr. Sawyer, our vocational guidance counselor, is giving a lecture to our employees.
Really?
Really. Unfortunately, I have to introduce him.
Oh, okay, well, what's the topic?
This is embarrassing. Please don't tell Chris.
Oh, okay.
Exploring myth of Santa Claus? Open discussion following the lecture? Oh, dear, I have to show this to Mr. Kringle.
And so I'm proud to present Mr. Albert Sawyer.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are here to explore the nature of the Santa Claus myth. By the time this lecture is concluded, I feel confident that you will share my heartfelt convictions that this legend, which has been handed down throughout the centuries, is an outrageous atrocity that has done untold harm to generation after generation of innocent young of both genders. The symbolic figure of Santa Claus, Saint Nicholas, or Kris Kringle, whatever you want to call it, represents an embodiment of the wishful thinking of all children. Instead of teaching them that what they want should come for free, we should teach them the value of the work ethic which has made this country great. They have to learn that it is a harsh and competitive world, that if they are to succeed, they have to separate myth from reality. Mature adults who continue to perpetuate this fable reveal themselves to be incomplete and neurotic personalities that have failed to adjust to the stringent demands of our culture. Not only have they damaged themselves, but they are also harming their children's future. Children who grow up clinging to this myth will grow up just clinging it and be unable to face the harsh truths of our world. Why do we do this to ourselves, you ask?
Don't ask.
To compensate for feelings of guilt. That is why we perpetuate the myth of Santa Claus. Parents who feel guilty because they neglect their children 364 days of the year and choose this one day to overwhelm the kiddies with gifts are doing it so as to purge their own shameful behavior. And parents and grandparents who continue to swamp the child with gifts and stage the Christmas charade are doing it so as to
Now just a minute.
I'm giving the lecture, Mr. Kringle.
I have heard all I want to hear.
The discussion will take place after the lecture is over. If you've got a complaint, wait until then.
The lecture is over. We don't want to
Mrs. Walker, I refuse to continue. Is removed from the platform.
Chris, we have to. Please.
I have listened to all this man's disparaging, absurdity, all this propaganda. I can't do it anymore.
Absurdity, huh?
A fraud, am I?
You stay away from me. Mrs. Walker, I told you to be violent. Stop!
I did not say.
Let's calm down. Albert, Chris,
Look at me, Mrs. Walker. Are you really going to allow this dangerous maniac to assault one of your own employees?
he's slightly on this.
Well, maybe we should let the police decide that.
That concludes our meeting for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for coming and have a Merry Christmas. I will handle
I can
this.
defend myself.
Please, Chris, for my sake.
Right. All right. I'll see you at the store.
No, Chris. Please wait out in the hall. I will speak to you in a minute.
Society has raised us down with your kind! That's what I mean. Cases like this, there's usually no warning. You can check it any time.
I hardly think.
This could really backfire on Macy's. If Bloomingdale's Or the press should find out that our Santa Claus is possibly dangerous. The repercussions could be devastating.
I don't want to stick up dynamite with the shock you. I want you. Thank goodness I was particularly distracted, not some poor innocent child dangling on his knee.
We have to do something at once.
He's just a kindly old man. Are you sure he touched you with that cane?
Yes, you do it again. He has clearly suffered such cheesy personality and such a violent state.
Dr. Pierce assured me such things never happened with Chris. She said his delusion's a positive one.
Dr. Pierce is not a
Neither are you.
Then you're to get examined by a competent psychiatrist at once.
I agree.
Well, I don't. Chris has been examined numerous times according to Dr. Pierce.
Then 1 more time won't make a difference. If the psychiatrist finds him competent, he can come right back and do his job.
And if he's not, then you certainly will have done the right thing.
Well,
Get out of the competency. That's the way he gets out. Sure.
You have to explain it to him, Doris. He trusts you.
I simply can't hurt the old man.
Never mind then. I won't get you, Mrs. Walker. I will.
What are you going to do?
I'll apologize and then invite him out for dinner. And then I'll drop him off at his place of residence and convince him to the psychiatrist tomorrow.
Okay. Call me later and let me know how it goes.
Mr. Kringle, are you still there? Could you please come out? I'm very sorry. Are you alright? I really should. How about I make it up to you? Let me take you out for dinner and then drop you off where you're staying and
I appreciate you all, Sawyer. It's very kind of you, and I accept your apology. I appreciate the dinner invitation, but I'm going to be riding home with Miss Walker.
That's all right. I have some last minute shopping that I need to do. I'll go with Miss Shellhammer and I'll see you in the morning, okay?
Well, bring it this moment. Mind?
very well. I'll go collect my things.
I've been thinking. You remember how we should always look for the good in everyone, no matter how bad they seem?
Is everyone a good Mr. Sawyer?
Sometimes the good is outweighed by the bad. Sometimes the good is buried so deep that it has a hard time getting out. And when it does, we may not recognize it because we've blocked off our willingness to see it. Mr. Sawyer sees things at a very narrow view. That's because he has no imagination. He doesn't choose. In Mr. Sawyer's world, nothing is better than what's in his limited view.
Is there hope for him?
Sure, he apologized for his words, didn't he? Now, I don't know if he was sincere. But we must encourage the good feelings.
But what if he wasn't being honest?
Then the bad was, at that moment, stronger than the good.
You shouldn't go with him, Mr. Kringle. He's young.
I'm going to call for a vote on the Alice on whether or not Mr. Kringle should go with Mr. Sawyer. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I'm sorry, but I'm in charge of myself, so the ayes have it. I'm going to give Mr. Sawyer a chance. Besides, Miss Walker says we should do it. I can take care of myself. Y'all go on home. I'll see you in the morning, okay?
You say so, Mr. Kringle, but please be careful.
Mr. Sawyer, are you still there? Where should we go to dinner? How could you do this to me? How could you do it to me?
Doris didn't send you here, Chris. She only thought that Sawyer was taking you to dinner.
I'm relieved to hear that, but how come? She was just humoring me, I guess. That's all it was to it. I thought she was beginning to believe me, though.
Well, how did it end up that you ended up going with Sawyer to Bellevue anyway?
Well, we went to the restaurant, and we're sitting there making small talk, and Sawyer kept looking out the window. All of a sudden, he says, "Let's go." So we went outside, and two men grabbed me, threw me into the back of a waiting cab, sitting in between them. One of them said, "Bellevue," and off we took. Sawyer didn't come with us.
Well, did they give you the usual set of that you know by heart?
Yeah, the same old routine. But I was so crushed that Doris would do this to me, but I deliberately gave the wrong answer to make it easy.
Oh, but Doris didn't have any idea what Sawyer was up to, Chris. She agreed you two would have dinner and you would only talk with a psychiatrist without you seeing him.
But why didn't she come down here and explain that herself?
Well, she was afraid of hurting you, Chris.
Still hurt. I'm just an old man that she felt sorry for.
She feels more than that.
No, Fred. She had doubts. That's why she's not here. If you'd been dragged in here, she would have been here in a heartbeat.
Well, she certainly had doubts at first, sure, but I think she was really beginning to open up and believe. I think maybe her belief was still too new, too fragile, and Sawyer may have took her the other way.
It's not just her. It's just Sawyer and people like him. He's dishonest. And a few other choice words.
Yeah.
Yet he's considered normal. If this is how the same people act, I'll stay in here with a more honest story.
No, nonsense, Chris. You're very sane, and a whole lot of saner than most people.
Yet he's out there, and I'm in here. I should have listened to the elders, but I really thought that there was some good in it that I could do.
Chris, don't be so gloomy. You're not living up to your own philosophy. You can't just think of yourself.
I'm not thinking of myself.
You can't give up. What happens to you matters to a lot of people. People like me who have faith in you and what you stand for. And people like Susan who are only just beginning to believe.
You might be right. You might be right. You are right. I should be ashamed. I am ashamed of myself. Come on, friends. Let's get out of here.
All right, Chris, but it's not that easy. There are some legal matters that may be difficult to clear out. I'm not sure.
Fred, you keep telling me not to be discouraged. You don't get discouraged. I have faith. You will be.
Really? Well, all right then. All right, let's do it.
Good morning, Your Honor. What a beautiful day. It's been a good year for you too, hasn't it, ma'am?
Yes, things have gone pretty well. I see no reason why the spring election will fall right into my lap. Perhaps my Christmas present to Mr. Harper this year will be more elaborate. The church will do that.
Ooh, that'd be real nice, ma'am. And Miss Mara to see you.
Good. Show her in.
Morning, Your Honor. Just received written papers with my everything in order. So you have to work for the hospitals attached.
Oh, dear. Age unknown. An old man, huh?
There he is, Your Honor.
I suppose I should read all this.
You can take my word for it, it's clear cut consent proceeding. This fellow calls himself Chris Kringle. He's a true Santa Claus.
Uh-oh.
And Mr. David to see you, Your Honor.
What does he want?
He said he's representing a man named Chris Kringle, ma'am.
Better show him in. Santa Claus and the lawyer.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Fred Haley. I represent Mr. Kringle. I believe you received the papers.
Yes, that's just a matter of signing the consent. That'll get the old fellow out of harm's way for what's going to the rest of his life.
No, if you don't mind, Your Honor, there are indications that Mr. Kringle has been victimized, and I have requested a proper hearing so that I can provide witnesses.
I thought you said this case was clear cut.
It was, as far as I knew. As far as I've heard about it now.
The psychiatric evaluation, Mr. Haley, there's a clear diagnosis, and there's a statement saying that in addition to delusion, he became violent. That seems like a pretty clear-cut basis for commitment, don't you think?
No, Your Honor, that is a misrepresentation. That's why I'm requesting a hearing.
I'm thinking about court time and expense taxpayers, Mr. Haley.
Your Honor, Meg signed the commitment papers, but I must warn you that if so, I will be submitting a writ of habeas corpus.
That won't be necessary. We might as well have a competency hearing. Next Monday morning, 10 o'clock. Is that all right with you?
That'll be fine. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, Mayor?
So my schedule here for Christmas vacation, but yes, Your Honor.
See you on Monday then.
Your Honor. Have a good day, Kelly. Thank you, Mayor. Same to you.
Who do I see regarding the criminal commitment case?
Criminal commitment's been challenged, Mr.
Sawyer.
Yes, his certification at Santa Fe is critical, but would you know even tell these words are good enough?
I'd like this case to be dropped right away. Is there anything we can do?
No, I'm sorry. The hearing's already been scheduled for next Monday morning.
Upon hearing, attorneys! Mr. Macy has demanded that I get there on immediately. This is disastrous.
Don't worry about it. English lawyer, just look against all the publicity.
Publicity! So gone! No Christmas bonus!
Hello, is the driver available? Hello, Haley. How are you? Haley, you know I've been a good friend of yours for years, as well as your former manager. Now I've been successful in keeping you on this bench, haven't we?
Yes? Yes, of course, Charlie. And I'm very grateful to you. I like this seat, and I hope to keep it for a while.
All right, and we've got elections coming up in the spring, right?
I'm ready, Charlie. Is there any problem?
I've been reading the papers. Seriously, are you going to have Santa Claus in your courtroom?
Is there something you'd like me to ask him to bring you for Christmas?
No, Haley. I'd like to give you a Christmas present. How about a trip? A vacation. Now, take that and escape to Bermuda as we've been talking about.
I'd like to, but I can't get away very soon. My calendar's too full.
No, I mean, you're running. Give a little rundown to me. You want to take a few weeks off?
I've never felt better in my life.
Go fishing. Go hiking. Go anywhere.
And why should I?
Because the Santa Claus case is explosive. You gotta get out of it somehow.
I can't just walk out of the case. It's all been prepared.
Then have a sudden illness. Let another judge handle it. Someone who isn't coming up for re-election right away.
Charlie, relax. I'm an honest woman. I wouldn't fake an illness. And maybe Santa Claus case will bring me some good publicity for the campaign.
Good publicity. You'd be a regular project head before you even start your campaign. You'd be able to fill into every little kid who believes in Santa Claus.
They don't vote.
No, but their parents do. Every father and mother who has to explain to their kids why Santa Claus went to jail is going to hate you.
Not jail. State hospital.
Same thing. Wake up, Haley.
Santa Claus for Sandy? Yeah, I saw it. I took it back to Craig, don't you? What was that? I think you know about it. Yeah, this fellow calls himself Stuart Freeman. Gotta be right. Oh, I don't know. Why shouldn't there be a real Santa Claus? I think it's a nice idea. Even if he is real, he shouldn't go that way. He's not harming anyone.
Hear ye, hear ye. All rise. The New York State Court is now in session. The Honorable Haley X. Harper presiding.
Please be seated.
Let us proceed. As the competency report has already been submitted as evidence, Your Honor, the prosecution wishes to call as first witness, Mr. Chris Kringle.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please state your name for the record
Chris Kringle,
and where do you live?
believe that's what this hearing will determine.
Very sound answer, Mr. Kringle.
Do you believe yourself to be Santa Claus?
Of course.
State recipes, Your Honor.
Well, young man, do you want to cross-examine the witness? I believe he was employed to play Santa Claus. Perhaps he didn't understand the question?
Oh, no, you're right. I understood the question perfectly.
Well, in view of the witness' statement, do you still wish to enter defense?
I do, Your Honor. I am fully aware that Mr. Kringle believes himself to be Santa Claus. In fact, that is the entire basis of the state's case against him. The state believes that this man is not sane just because he believes himself to be Santa Claus.
I believe that is a reasonable and logical premise for such a declaration, Mr. Gale.
It would be, Your Honor, if you or I or Miss Merritt here said that we were Santa Claus.
Anyone who believes they're Santa Claus is out of touch with reality. Obviously, he was insane.
Not necessarily. Now, if you believe yourself to be Judge Harper, Your Honor, and nobody questions you, Santa, because you are Judge Harper.
I know all about myself, Mr. Gale. Mr. Kringle is the subject of this case.
I was only making a point, Your Honor.
And your point is?
That I wish to clarify that if a person is the person that they claim that they are and that they believe themselves to be, just as you are, sir, then that person is sane.
Of course, but he isn't.
Oh, but he is, Your Honor.
Is what?
I intend to prove that Mr. Kringle is Santa Claus.
This hearing is adjourned until tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
All rise.
I've read the evening paper, Fred, and I'm worried. You seem to be fighting such a hopeless battle.
Well, actually, I'm rather confident. All the publicity is working for us. Public sympathy is obviously behind Chris. I think we have a good chance.
What about your law firm? How are they going to react to this case?
Well, actually, old Hayslip, the senior partner, he called me this afternoon. We are an old, established firm with great prestige and dignity, Mr. Gailey. We can't have one of our junior members making a public spectacle of himself. We are not in business to prove that some old crank is actually Santa Claus. In other words, if I don't drop the case, they're going to drop me.
Well, then you'll have to give it up, won't you?
Well, I can't just walk out on a client. You wouldn't want me to let down Chris, would you?
Fred, I really care very deeply for you. And I admire and respect you for your courage in taking this on. But I don't want to see you lose your position.
That's true. I might.
That would be irresponsible. People have to be realistic. I've certainly learned that. You can't lose your job over some sentimental whim.
It's more than a whim, Doris.
Stop dreaming, Fred.
There's something very beautiful about that old man. And very compelling, too. Representing Chris is the right thing to do, Doris. I won't let him down. And I'm a damn good lawyer. Come on, Doris. Have faith in me.
I do, but it's more than a matter of having faith. You're just bound to lose this case. It's just common sense.
Doris, faith is believing in things when common sense tells you not to. Your problem is that you've got too much common sense.
It's a good thing one of us has. Quite an asset sometimes.
Can't you get over being afraid? Just let yourself believe in people. People like Chris, in laughter and joy and all the other intangibles.
You can't pay rent with intangibles.
And you can't live life without them. At least, I can't. I thought Chris had broken through your armor, Doris. I had hoped that you would be ready to be more open-minded and open-hearted. Well, there's no use talking. We don't have many thoughts and feelings in common, do we?
I suppose not.
Well, I guess there's nothing more to say.
It's ironic. With all my common sense, I really thought it would work out this time.
Yeah. So did I.
Goodbye, Fred.
As my next witness, I call R.H. Mason.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Now, are you R.H. Macy, owner of one of the largest department stores in New York City?
Yes. 51 stores nationwide.
Right. And is Mr. Kringle one of your employees?
Yes.
Do you believe him to be sane?
Yes. Definitely.
And do you believe him to be truthful?
Now, remember, you're under oath, Mr. Mason.
Miss Mary will have a chance to cross-examine the witness after Mr. Daly is finished.
Perhaps I can ask Miss Mary's question for her. Mr. Mason, do you believe this man to be Santa Claus?
Yes.
No further questions.
Miss Mara, do you wish to? You may step down.
You're fired.
As my next witness, I call Dr. Pierce. Dr. Pierce, please take a stand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Dr. Pierce, you are the resident physician at the Maplewood home, are you not?
Yes.
And you've known Chris Kringle for many years, is that right?
Yes.
And do you believe him to be Santa Claus?
Yes, I do.
Would you mind saying that louder, Doctor? I want the whole court to hear.
Yes, I do.
Doctor, you're a woman of science, are you not? Do you have any logical, scientific reason for this opinion?
Miss Mara, I must caution you again. You may finish questioning the witness, and Mr. Daly is finished questioning the witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Dr. Pierce, did you express a Christmas wish to Mr. Kringle several weeks ago?
Yes.
And what was that?
Well, the medical facility at the Maplewood home really needed an X-ray machine.
Uh-huh. And what arrived at Maplewood yesterday?
An X-ray machine.
Where did it come from?
The letter read, "Merry Christmas from Chris Kringle."
Thank you, Doctor. Your witness.
Doctor, lots of presents come in hard to say from Santa Claus. Do you know any other possible donors?
No.
Now be careful, Dr. Pierce. This is a court of law. Only tangible facts will be submitted as evidence. Now, please tell the court why you're so certain. An expensive item like an X-ray machine came from an old man who has a part-time job at a department store.
Because he's the only one to whom I said anything about it. But when I expressed the wish, I stated, "Chris, if I get that X-ray machine, then I'll know you're really Santa Claus." And I got it, and I do. Thank you. You may step down.
As my next witness, I would like to call Jim Duncan.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Mr. Duncan, you're a zookeeper at Central Park Zoo, are you not?
That is correct.
And Jim, tell us about Mr. Kringle.
Chris has a wonderful way with it. It's uncanny, really. I'm the yellow man in the zoo. I've been for years. But I've always had a bit of trouble with the reindeer. The only time I can even approach them is when they're restrained. And yet these same reindeer will run right up to Chris and get out of the palm of his hand.
Objection! This is immaterial, not to mention completely ridiculous. Mr. Gailey is making a circus of his proceedings. Does he plan to have the reindeer testify next? There is no such person as Santa Claus, Your Honor. Everyone knows it. Are you serious? Boo!
Order in the court.
Your Honor, may I ask Ms. Mayor a question? All the witnesses have testified, not only that there is a Santa Claus, but that he is sitting in this courtroom. Can you offer any positive proof that there is no Santa Claus?
No, of course I can't. And I don't intend to try. This isn't a nursery. It's the New York State Court. Their time you're wasting with this childish nonsense. Is there or is there not a Santa Claus? I ask His Honor for immediate ruling.
The court will take a short recess to consider the matter.
Look here, Haley, I don't care what you decide about old Whisker puts out there, but if you think you rule that there is no Santa Claus, you might as well start looking for a chicken ranch somewhere. We won't even be able to put you into the primary.
I'm a sane person and a responsible official. I've taken an oath. How can I say that there is a Santa Claus, Charlie? If they do, they'll have me to ruin and try for insanity.
Listen, Haley, you know how many millions of dollars have been poisoned this year? But that would have never been sold if it weren't for Santa Claus? Have you ever heard of the National Association of Manufacturers? How do you think they would like your rule? And what about the people that employ to make those toys? Union members, Haley, they're going to love you, and they're going to say it with others. And then there are the department stores, and the candy companies, and the Christmas card artists and printers. And what about the Salvation Army? They've got a Santa Claus on every corner, and it's their biggest source of income. I'm telling you now, Haley, if you rule that there is no Santa Claus, you can count on getting just 2 votes. Yours and that Louis Mayor's.
One, Mayor is a Republican.
All rise.
The question of Santa Claus is, by and large, a matter of opinion. Many people firmly believe in him, many others do not. The tradition of American justice demands a broad and unprejudiced view of such a controversial matter. This court intends to keep an open mind. I will hear any evidence from either position.
Your Honor, I believe I do have some further evidence. I call J. Mara to the stand.
Me.
No, Miss Janet Mara. May we skip the oath, Your Honor? Now, do you believe in Santa Claus, Janet?
Sure I do. He brought me a dog when he last year.
And what does he look like?
He's sitting right over there.
Overruled.
Tell me, Janet, why are you so sure that there's a Santa Claus?
Because my mama told me so.
And you believe your mommy, right, Janet? She's a true person.
Of course, my mommy always told me something that wasn't so.
Thank you, Janet. You may go.
Don't forget the real beauty promise set.
You shall have it, Janet.
Your Honor, the state of New York concedes the existence of Santa Claus. But having so conceded, we ask that Mr. Gailey stop presenting personal opinions as evidence. The state provided 100 witnesses with opposite opinion. We therefore demand that Mr. Gailey support authoritative and tangible proof that Chris Kringle
parents who author authoritative proof. May I ask for an adjournment until tomorrow?
Court stands adjourned until tomorrow afternoon at 3.
All rise.
I'm afraid not. But he hasn't come so long.
Susan, Mr. People may never be able to come and see us again.
Why not?
Well, it's because he says it's Santa Claus.
But he has to be Santa Claus. He's just like everything Santa is supposed to be. Nobody can be like Mr. People except Santa Claus.
Wish you were right. He's going to be very unhappy if he will say he isn't Santa Claus.
But I want to fight about it. It's your luck. Let's have something.
I'm not sure where he's staying, but I know he'd get it if he sent it to the New York State Courthouse, New York City. Let's go home now. Look, here's my one. They were at the Santa Claus at the North Pole, the South Pole, the care of the postmaster, and every other way. But this one works for Mr. Cristiano at the New York State Court, especially with the too. The kid's right there. That's where he is. Don't you read the newspaper? Nor for the paper. The news out of one of them. Like the New York, like the Mets of the New York, the San Francisco Giants at the playoffs.
They got no child down there. This Chris Springback claims he's Santa Claus. Some EA claims he's not.
So there really might be a Santa Claus?
A lot of people think he is.
Well, what's the matter with you, Luke? We're so bright today. This red ring could be the solution to our problem. Jesus. We're a treasure stuff. We're a couple of them. Get down here quick. Oh, it's Santa area on there?
You got it, Al.
What's new with Twinkle Bang reached massive proportions? There are always blazing headlines about it.
Yeah, I've seen the papers too.
So what are you going to do? You have to think your situation.
And my duty to my office.
Yeah, whatever. Today is Christmas Eve. If you put Santa Claus in a nut house on Christmas Eve, you're likely to be up for a protest demonstration. Or even assaulted. Or murdered.
I know, it's desperate. If that young Bailey can figure out the slightest competent authority reference that I could use for a sanity ruling, I will willingly and eagerly give him every possible break. I've been observing Mr. Kringle very carefully. He seems to be nothing other than a kindly old gentleman. But unless something miraculous happens, I'll have no alternative but to accept the report with competency. But the old guy away.
Oh, Mother, now that I'm here, I'm getting scared. What if Mr. Bean loses and he sent Mr. People away? What if it wasn't Santa Claus? What would he say?
Susan, I probably shouldn't have said that to you. You have to believe in Mr. Kringle. Have faith in him.
And you really don't think it's true?
Faith is believing in things. When common sense helps not. You have to believe, or else you'll never get anywhere. You and I both have to.
I believe.
Fred, listen to this letter. Dear Mr. Kringle, I miss you and I hope to see you soon. I know everything will come out all right. I believe you are sad, and I hope you're not sad. Love, Susan. And there's a P.S. here. I believe in you too. Love, Doris. What about that, Susan?
I believe.
Thank you for your letter. Your letter shows me that all my efforts have not been in vain.
It'll come out all right. I don't know. And I believe in you.
nothing yet. Hang on to your hat, Chris. All rise.
Do you have any further evidence to submit, Mr. Bailey?
I have, Your Honor. It concerns the Postal Service. It's an agency, an official agency of the United States government. The Post Office Department was created on July 26, 1776 by the Second Continental Congress. The first Postmaster General was...
It is indeed gratifying to learn about the United States Postal Service. But I don't think this has any bearing on the present case.
Begging your pardon, Miss Mara, it has a great deal of bearing. Your Honor, if I may be allowed to proceed?
By all means.
Okay. I can quote endless details from this volume to verify that the Postal Service is an officially run governmental organization. Moreover, it became an official branch of the federal government just 22 days after the Declaration of Independence was signed. And according to its regulations, all positions are governed by civil service procedures. Promotions are based purely on merit. Furthermore, postal regulations make it a criminal offense to deliver mail to the wrong party.
The state of New York is second to none in its admiration of the United States Postal Service.
Will the court accept the U.S. Postal Service as a valid authority for evidence in this case?
The state of New York will concede that the Postal Service is an authoritative organization, Your Honor.
For the record,
Yes, for the record, anything you don't need hearing.
I wish to introduce 3 pieces of evidence, Your Honor. Let these be called Exhibits A, B, and C. Now, these letters are addressed to Santa Claus, USA, in childish handwriting. These letters have just been delivered to Mr. Kringle here in this building by the U.S. Postal Service. I submit, Your Honor, that this is positive proof that a competent authority recognizes Mr. Kringle to be the one and only Santa Claus.
3 envelopes hardly constitutes positive proof, Mr. Bailey. I have been post office receives thousands of such letters every year.
I have further exhibits, Your Honor, but I hesitate to produce them.
All right, Mr. Bailey. Put them on the bench right here.
But,
Yes, no one wants to see them, I'm sure.
but Your Honor.
I said, put them right here.
All right, boys, bring it in. Right here on the bench. Your Honor, every one of these letters is addressed to Santa Claus.
All right, well, the United States of America believes this man is Santa Claus. This court will not dispute it. Case dismissed. This is the best Christmas I've ever had. It was wonderful having dinner with Chris about the years.
All of these smells make it perfect to smell.
I've never had a thing like this before, Fred. For the first time, I understand what you mean when you say faithfully use common sense tells you not to.
Oh, look! It's my house! It's my house!
What does she mean by it's her house?
I'm not sure. She's never mentioned the house to me.
Well, it's a nice looking house. It'd probably make a good real estate investment for somebody.
I suppose so.
Of course, it looks a little big for just 2 people. might be the perfect size for 3, don't you think? Doris, you know that I've loved you for a long time, and I've loved Susan even longer. Don't you think it's time
Yes.
that we...
Yes, okay.
Maybe we should get this house for Susan.
For all of us.
Mother, it has a swing in the backyard, just like my dream, just like my Christmas wish. The one I told Chris about?
Susan, Fred and I have something to tell you.
That you get in there. I know. Because that's what my Christmas wish too. He got me everything I wanted. A father, house, and one other thing, but I'll have to wait for that till next year.
If Chris said you're gonna get it, I bet it's already on the way.
She's
There's no doubt about it then. Chris is real. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go clean out my room.
Susan, what else did you ask Chris for?
A baby brother.
Thank you.